Hello, and welcome back to the Bitter BM podcast. I'm Felicia, your Bitter BM, and here I speak about all the things that made me bitter, but transformed me into the person I am today. So, I'm here to tell y'all about the premium dining experience I had yesterday. My friend took me out. And I just want to say, you did you a big one. I appreciate it so much. She took me out for my birthday and we went to Nobu restaurant. The city that I live in has a hotel, the bar and lounge, and the seated dining area, the restaurant. So I believe they opened last fall, if I'm recalling correctly. And we've been making plans. Well, not making plans because they have a $75 cancellation fee, $35 for each individual guest. But we've been saying we want to go to this restaurant for almost a year and or however long it's been open, and I just didn't have the time. It was either I was at school studying or going to work in order to pay my bills. So for my birthday, she said she was going to take me out, and she did that a couple weeks later, and I appreciated it. And when I was there, I said to myself, I could get used to this type of experience. Not so much of, the luxurious feel of it, but just having a premium dining experience ever so often. I wouldn't say that I would go there on a regular basis unless I got it like that. And even if I did, I can't see me do it because, listen, the bill was a bill. It was a big one. None of which I paid, by the way. So big shout outs to you, girl. But yeah, I could see myself having more premium dining experiences, and that's what I told her. The year before, we tried to do a lot more than we had been doing in our lives, like going out, going to concerts, doing all that good stuff. But last year, it was real mute for me because I just needed to focus. But since I don't have school until September, I said I got 8 months to be outside and do the damn thing. So let's talk about the whole restaurant. Or she booked in the bar and lounge area, which has a seated bar, and then behind it, it has like a seated dining, maybe about 12 tables. That could hold 2 to 4 people. So she booked us there, which I was fine with because the main dining room, which I believe is upstairs, had some stairs on it, and I was not in the mood. They also have an elevator, but I was not in the mood to go up there and, schmooze with all the folks that were up there eating. I like the casual feeling of being downstairs and not really having people looking at you, and just feeling more free and able to enjoy your time. So, they have an enormous drink menu with some very expensive wines. We didn't have any wines. We chose to have cocktails. That's like our go-to when we go out. I'm not really a wine girl unless I'm at home. If I'm out, I want something sweet, something tangy. A margarita will do me just fine. Even some tequila will do me just fine. But what we ended up ordering, it didn't seem like a lot, but by the end of the dinner, I was full. It is a Japanese restaurant, and obviously a lot of the meals are inspired by Japanese cuisine. So, you expect to have the sushi and the sashimi and all that type of stuff, but they also had chicken, they had steaks. Let me tell you, my girl my girl was down there ordering that wagyu. Okay, that's what she went there for. That's what she wanted us to have, and that's what we ate. And let me tell you, something about that wagyu is butter. It literally melts in your mouth like butter. We had the wagyu dumplings, and what else? I think the wagyu tacos, which were very, very good. The one thing I did not like there, if I must say, was the edamame. I don't eat edamame, which I think are soybeans. Correct me if I'm wrong, on a regular basis. I don't eat it on a regular basis. I don't eat it at all, to be honest. I stick to my black beans, my kidney beans. I am not frozen, y'all. I was shooting this video at around 7 p.m. at night. And here comes one of the neighbors drilling and hammering away. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The edamame, it had like a sesame or teriyaki flavoring to it, but I don't know if it was raw. I think it was 100% raw. I don't think they what do they call it, blanched it or boiled it for even a minute, because when we chewed into that, as a person who took biology over the year, I could taste every fiber literally in that bean. I could taste every piece of fiber in there. The cellulose was literally still stuck in our mouth as if it was hay. After chewing for a while, we were not able to break down the fibers in the edamame, and so we had to spit it into our napkins. Now, they did take it off of the bill, which I thought was pretty generous of them. Mind you, it was our first time going to the restaurant, so we're not familiar with how they make that particular side dish. So I did say that you don't have to take it off the bill. It's not really you guys' fault that we're not enjoying it. But we appreciated that they did do that for us. On top of that, what else was interesting? Oh, they gave us free drinks. Because it was my birthday, they gave us free drinks. And then they also wrote happy birthday on my dessert plates, which made me feel really special. I'm not going to lie. The service there to me was outstanding. Our waitress was outstanding. Something that I found hilarious was after I had spat the edamame into the napkin, I placed it on the seat. So she came over to speak to us, and she saw the napkin on the seat, and she lifted it up, she folded it, and then she put it back on the table. Like, she did a nice little, folding thing, and she placed it right back on the table. And on top of that, whenever she came around, a couple times that she saw that there were crumbs on the table, sis cleaned the table. And I said, I really had to say, I really appreciate that. Like, I had to tell you, because I'd never had that experience anywhere. And I said, oh, so this is what y'all do in the high-end upscale restaurants. The tables were not crowded. They didn't bring all of our food all at once. Whatever we ordered, they literally bring it out as we were finishing our previous meals. That's when they brought out the next order. So it was a really good experience, and I loved it. Something that I did want to speak on is it's a new upscale restaurant. Obviously, we've all seen the celebrities going there. Is it in LA? I don't even know where the location is in the States that all the celebrities go to, but I feel like a lot of people in my city are trying to have that experience. And something I saw that I thought was extremely tacky, I'm presuming it was a birthday dinner. So a girl came in and she had a photographer with her. So the photographer came in, started taking pictures. He took it at the bottom of the stairs because they were going into the dining room, which was above us. So he started taking pictures at the bottom of the stairs. She stopped in the middle of the stairs, and then she was at the top of the stairs. I know it was tacky, and the restaurant didn't like it because two of the hostesses came to speak to them. So I know it was kind of like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not a photography session. This is not a photo shoot. Girl, you get your friends to use their camera, take some pictures. I don't know what it is. Like, Instagram and this whole social media thing has caused people to just lose their minds. Like, people cannot just go out to just eat the food. Mind you, I take pictures myself, but I don't really care if I don't get to take pictures, to be honest. And the only reason I took pictures was because my friend wanted to take pictures in front of the Nobu sign, which was upstairs in the dining room. So I said, fine, I might as well get one too, because at least I can say I was there. I'm not going to post it on social media or anything. I'm telling y'all about it. But if you don't come across this video, you'll never know that I was there, because I don't really care. I don't really care for all the posing and the posting. And child, like they say, social media is just the highlight reel of everybody's lives for the most part. That was my experience going to Nobu for my birthday. Shout out again to my girl. She made that possible, and I enjoyed it. So next time I'll let y'all know what we do next. I mean, like I said, this is the year of experiences, so I'm definitely going to be outside this summer, this spring, and then back in school in September. I gotta enjoy the next 8 months as much as I can. Tune in next time here on the Bitter BM podcast to find out what it is I'm doing and to hear more stories about my life. Ciao.